Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you haven't yet subscribed to our new options trading live channel, I live stream on there pretty much every day, pre-market and after-market close. Link is below in the description. Would love to have you join the live streams. And if you haven't yet joined our community, the UvH fam, links are below to the Discord along with our options trading group on Facebook. But right now we're going to get into it. Today I actually was away from my desk all day long, didn't do a single trade, but I was monitoring the markets. I was viewing what's going on here. Dow closed down 119, S&P's down 9, and NASDAQ down about 3. And that's kind of interesting because NASDAQ was actually leading the pack here. It was actually up quite a bit on the day. We actually had the Qs up pretty nice, and then we just had a crazy drop. But today was a pretty range bound day. I mean, if you're looking at SPY, looking at QQQ, you're looking at Dow. I mean, everything was pretty much range bound. I mean, yeah, we did end up the day lower, but I would say today is kind of like a day of rest based on what's been going on with Iran and the bounce back. I mean, everything's just been crazy. But we're gonna get into it. Stocks that I'm looking at tomorrow. First on the list for me is Boeing. Now, yesterday I did have the 327.50 call. I bought it for 760 and I sold it on this ramp up in here. We made a little bit of money, but man, I did not expect that just to ramp up to 344 up there. I was a little bit worried. The reason why I closed this position is because it's been selling off in the 334 area yesterday. Then after it went up to, it did sell off when it hit 335. It sold off. Probably should have reloaded at 331, but we'll see what happens because this was a massive spike up to 334. I'm actually looking for it to come back down to 331, 330 range. If you take a look at the chart, it's very similar to the 340, 350 range where it was bouncing between 10 points. And for me, my style of trading, that's actually, where I thrive on in terms of options trading. When we have a tight range and it's very predictable, I tend to make the most money, which, I mean, you have to identify as a trader what you're good at, what you're bad at, and setups like these, ranges like these, I'm pretty good at trading. So now that I am glad that Boeing did get above 340. Even though it was very short-lived on Boeing. I mean, it spiked up above 340 and got smacked down pretty hard. So I think tomorrow's gonna be really, really interesting with what happens to Boeing here. Is it gonna come back down to 330 so we can put in some more positions, or are we gonna try to bust through to the 350 range? So we'll see. Chart is still saying possibly, more likely the lower 330 area. We'll see what happens if it gets down to like 332, 333 area. Might be looking to put a position on. Also, Tesla really screwed shorts today. I mean, up $18 pretty much today. Let's see if we got it over here. So Tesla opened up their new factory in Shanghai. They're currently at an $84.5 billion valuation. Tesla's market cap as much as General Motors and Ford combined. And we talked about this. We talked about this on the live stream yesterday. Was that you have to remember, investors. You might think that $84.5 billion is overvalued, and it may be, but it's overvalued for today. It's not possibly not overvalued for 2 years from now, 5 years from now. And we talked about that. Look at the live stream, like the tail end of the live stream from yesterday, and you'll kind of see what I was talking about there. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I just want to have a quick recap video. But they open that, you get to see Elon dancing. So I think for Tesla, it's going to be a very important earnings coming up here. Obviously this chart is just it's just crazy. I mean, I I've just been too scared to trade it either on the call side or the put side. I am up in here. I am looking to possibly sell some premium, possibly up to 500 strike calls, so you can get those. But I'm not going to be shorting the strength here. I'll wait for maybe 1 or 2 down days, and then maybe collect a little bit of premium, or possibly sell some puts on those down days, So that's what I'm looking at on Tesla right now. Right now, nobody knows what's going on with it. People are just loading up. Shorts are getting squeezed, and it's just crazy. I don't know. I don't even know what the short percentage is for. The short float. 133. Let's see here. It's not telling me right now, but I'll look it up later. But I mean, if anyone's short here, still, I mean, I'm sure there's people shorting, but you can't short this stuff. BYND is another stock that I've been watching. I actually have stock in this. I was actually hoping it would break 73.50 here. I have an alert here for 73.50. It didn't break that. As you can see today, it just ripped. It ripped all the way up from 74. I thought we were possibly going to get, after yesterday, I thought we were going to get a fade down to 73. I wanted to put a long position on there as well. Didn't happen. So right now, I'm looking at this 84, 85 area. Is topped out here back in November. We really needed to break 80, 85, and we needed to break 90, 91 area to start trying to fill these gaps here, start to reverse. So we'll see what happens with Beyond, but that's what I'm looking at. From a long position, I can't get in long right now just because we're so close to that 85 rejection area. I was hoping I'd have that 73.50 alert that I was able to put a trade on there, but it just didn't happen. Same with Square. Now Square, I was looking to buy at 61. I had a couple opportunities this week, didn't buy it. See, we had an opportunity last Tuesday, dipped down to 61, went up to 64, came back yesterday down to 61, and because it ripped up so quick yesterday, I didn't get in. I mean, it literally ripped from 61 up to 62, so I didn't get in yesterday either, and then it had a nice upgrade. But the good news is, looking at Square's long-term chart here, the 1 year, if it kind of comes back down to this area, we'll know to reload. It's still descending here. It really needs to break like 67, 68 for it to start reversing this downward trend here from 83 down to 61. But I really like that 61 area. It's bounced many times over the last few months, and just didn't get in. And I think that the reason why I didn't get in is because we've had all these tensions and fears, and you don't want to go too deep. Like even with Boeing yesterday, I had a very nice clean trade, but that trade, I sold it for almost $9 for Boeing. You just can't, you can't be scared. I had next week's expiration, I had the 32.750s. Today I sold them for like $9 yesterday, bought them in the $7. These went as high as $17. I would have made, over 100% on these. But, in this market, in uncertainty, I'm not willing to put my capital at risk, especially overnight. I've been really just holding back because I don't know what's going to happen with tensions with Iran. If more things are going to happen, more things are going to unfold. So I've just been managing my risk. Yes, I leave a lot of money on the table, but also I don't I'm not having big losses either. I'm collecting my profits as I see it for those day trades, and I'm not holding these positions like Boeing. Boeing also outside of the tensions with Iran, there's a lot of other things that could drop this. I mean, this could have easily instead of going to 344, we would have woke up at today. Boeing would be at like 325, and we would have been like, man, thank God you took profits. Could have definitely gone the other direction as well. So you got to be careful. BBBY has earnings tomorrow after close. Bed Bath & Beyond. So Bed Bath & Beyond has been struggling for quite some time. They're another retail stock here, and they've been really struggling from a high of 19 all the way down to low of 7. Then they had last earnings, didn't do anything, and then they said that they're going to get a new CEO, and the stock rallied like crazy. In my opinion, for a new CEO, they're not going to be able to turn around the ship in just one quarter. So I'm really watching. Premium is sky high on these weeklies. Even if you get into like next week, we're looking at 112%. This week's 170%. Even if you went out 3 weeks, 93% in high volatility. So I'm looking probably to sell some premium on here. I'm leaning kind of towards the short side because I don't think, this quarter's gonna be good, but it's always gonna be what's in the guidance. What happened during that quarter. I mean, sure, it could be a great quarter, but I'm looking for more of a neutral play, more of a range play. Right now, the expected move here is $2, and for next week, the expected move is $2.60. So, for a $16 stock, I definitely like when premiums high like this to make, because even if it moves $1, I mean, that's like a 5-8% move, and you're going to collect a lot of premium. So that's what I'm looking at after close. And that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys like the content, hit the like button below, comment below your watches, let me know what you're trading, let me know what you think of these videos. Definitely appreciate all the people that are subscribing, commenting. Thank you for making Us versus Herd great. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's Us versus Herd.